Did you need something? Yes?
I was a rover and a rambler. I lived my life in sin. There was no number high enough to count the troubles I was in. I filled neon nights with women. By day I risked my skin. There was no gamble bad enough to think I would never win. But I wanna
Hey, how's it going?
I wanna go home. I wanna go home.
Alright, let's get back to it.
And go back home again.
Hello. Never would I have imagined to encounter something like these Starborn. Now I feel that rather than having answers, we only have more questions. I suppose this proves that idea succinctly. Regardless of how impossible they may have seemed before now, I must say that I do not like being threatened by anyone. If so, what would that be? Clearly, these Starborn are connected to the artifacts, which would mean that they are also connected to that temple you found. Did they make these things? Have they appropriated them? This all implies there is something more, something we do not yet understand. I am never worried, cautious, perhaps. It has always been necessary to prepare for the unexpected. This is just a bit more unexpected than usual. It seems to be how things go here in Constellation. Yes. Given our first interaction with them, that seems likely. We will need to be on our guard from now on. They seem to know much about us. Perhaps we can learn more about them to make it even. We should return to our search then. There's still so much to do. Yes? I look forward to it.
Looks like it's tag you're it, Andreja.
Tag indeed, Sam. We will see you later.
Here to shoot the breeze?
Do you need something?
Always happy to meet a stranger. Hope my singing was to your liking.
This city is so large, yet retains a sort of rustic feel. I find it comforting.
got anything you need to offload? Anything I can help you with? I'm sure you can find something you'll like. Sure, have at it.
I actually met a guy who finished the Red Mile.
I know Aquila City rather well. Perhaps better than I would like.
I mean, you got 2 eyes, right?
Everyone needs supplies. I'll say right up, take a gander.
We need to be smarter, better in the way we handle the Ashta. Well, you sure don't look like you're delivering the capacitors I'm waiting for. Something I can do for you? No, you misunderstand, I think. I placed the order last week. I'm just waiting for it to actually show up. So, did you need something, or...? Correction. Mr. Wilson has a disagreement with me. I can't tell if he's just being willfully ignorant or has just entirely misunderstood my proposals. I'm not sure what you've heard, or quite frankly, why this seems to be getting around the way it is. Despite assertions to the contrary, I'm not attempting to run anyone out of a job or open the city gates to allow Ashta to come pouring in. Nor am I in any way attempting to make a statement about the competence of the current security forces and/or apparatus in Aquila City. I hope that clears things up.
Well, that was definitive.
Fantastic. I need to prove that what I'm working on can make a positive difference. Then you'll see it my way. I could really use some help, in fact, just to make sure this all goes off without a hitch. Would you be willing to place some sensors for me? Yeah, I need them to start gathering data. Pretty simple, I could do it myself, but at this point I think Davis may be having someone tail me. He's that flustered. That is great news. Just take these and stick them in specific spots in the city along the wall. When you're done, come find me. I'll find something to do in the meantime to give myself an air of plausible deniability.
People around here think we own it. You're wrong.
Oh! Need a moment to walk that off?
That robbery ended the way it did.
Lead on the job. Ready for you and a couple buddies.
Yes, Aggies. I have spent far too much time here. I do not recommend it.
No, we'll take it. Boss asked me to tap the Jansons. But no way.
What? Passing up real people who see transplants?
What? Yeah, screw
Someone
that.
got stabbed last
Freestar
night.
takes care of their own.
Nobody got hit in the face.
Huh. Maybe someone just lost it.
Step right in, man.
It amazes me that anyone would spend credits on this instead of taking a trip to see real alien life.
Could I get the digital code of the thing I bought?
The sensors are pretty durable. I mean, don't go using them as target practice, and they're good to go. You got some good news, I hope? Well, that's that then. So, this next part, it's a bit delicate. See that guard tower across the way there? I need to get in there and make a few small modifications to the terminal inside. I don't have the processing power to collate all the data that'll be coming in from the sensors. The existing network does. Oh no, I wouldn't think of asking you to do that. I'm gonna hack it, but I need you to get that guard away from it long enough for me to do it.
Away permanently or just temporarily? The method used depends on the intent.
I should only need a few moments. So, I don't know, convince him to take a break or something. Or if you're feeling particularly rebellious, maybe give him some official business to attend to. I believe it's what Davis would refer to as a ruckus. As soon as you've got him occupied, I'll scoot in and out before anyone notices. Okay? Let's do this.
Nice hat. Kill for a cup of coffee right about now. What brings you to the wall? Boredom? Because if that's what you're looking for, you've hit the jackpot. And I'm just supposed to take this on what? Faith? Yeah, I remember now. I'm glad you understand the position I'm in here. I'm still willing to talk. Yes, I believe you. Just don't do anything I'll regret, okay?
That's all settled then. Thanks for the assist. Hope you're none too worse for wear. Oh, I intend to. Once enough data has been collected, I'll have the proof I need to convince them, especially Davis, that my technology is useful. If you're curious, come back tomorrow. I might even have preliminary findings.
Thanks for stopping. I have a really important question for you. Do you know the way to Uranus? I sure hope so. It's right behind you. Smell you later.
Approaching ship. You've entered Freestar Collective space. Maintain your current course while we scan for contraband. All right. That's it. Welcome to Hopetown.
Please tell me you're here to help, not to try and steal my ship. You need my help. I'd laugh if it didn't hurt so much. I was tracking a crew of outlaws that's been preying on merchant ships. Bastards got the drop on me. I ran them off, but they got a few good hits in. As you can see, I ain't in much shape to make repairs. Repair my ship? Please. No chance. They took as much of a beating as I did, while outnumbering me 3-1, I'd like to point out. I'll be fine once the pain medication kicks in. The priority right now is the ship. Can't do my job without it. Just patch her up enough to get to Hopetown. The rest can get fixed up there. Thanks. I owe you one.
Not the most exciting work I can think of.
Thanks. That should get me home. You're right. They were pretty beat up, so I don't think they got real far. But if they make it back to their hideout, I might never find them again. We can't let that happen. Light armaments, not too fast. Pilots are gifted amateurs, but still amateurs. You'll be outnumbered, but they'll be damaged, which should even things up for you.
They look to be heading for Polvo's moon Miatha.
Good hunting.
Docking seal released.
Weapons locked! Destroy him! While we scan your ship. You're good to go. All clear to land at Hopetown.
Landing now.
Smugglers always like to use Hope-Tech ships to resemble legitimate transports. I wonder how the company feels about that.
You should inspect. Need some work done? I'm sure you can find something you like.
Tells everyone you met the Ron Hope.
I mean, Ron Hope's, well, friendly. And incredible. But everyone on the factory floor bumps into him on occasion. It's not that big of a deal.
My brother, the big shot at Hope Tech.
Let's get you settled in.
Excuse me! A little desperate here. This is such a long shot.
A fair amount of business runs through Hope Town.
All right, Adela.
From what I understand,
Deep breath.
most of it is legal.
Oh, God. I'm just great. Grand, really. When I signed on to be a freight captain, I was expecting long hours and dull routes. And now I'm a hair away from being executed. Or worse. I have credits and some other stuff. So, I fly a rust bucket called the Markab for a small shipping line. It just started, really. We do bulk shipping, boring stuff like actuators and seed stock and minerals. Have you ever had a standard, boring job just blow up in your face? You get it then. So I just got assigned to the Markab. The first shipment, slag steel. Nothing special. As soon as I left Neon and got scanned, things got crazy. Spacers, Freestar security, the works. Everyone demanding I power down, hand over the contraband, or sometimes just firing first. I skipped the system, ditched the cargo, and have been running ever since. I don't know. I was just flying for my life. But some bad people want it. It gets even worse. A tracker just landed and I just know he's hunting a bounty. Me. But the trick is, everyone knows the ship. But my info isn't in the database yet. All they got is my last name, Fahim. So if you go into the pit stop and claim you're Captain Fahim of the Markab, maybe you can deal with the tracker? The company is, well, a real train wreck. I'm amazed they even have my last name on file. For once, working for such a dump is a good thing. I don't know. I don't want anyone to get hurt, but he may not give you any choice. You are the best! This slate has everything they know about me. It's not much. He's the one with the cowboy hat. Just stay safe. Thank you.
Ron Hope's the best thing that's happened to us.
I don't want to hear any complaints.
You made it. Those outlaws didn't give you too much trouble, I trust? I can walk, talk, and breathe without too much pain. That's good enough for me. Good. I'm sure it didn't hurt that I softened him up for you. You've got good timing. A courier just came in from Aquila. The Marshal sends his regards along with a briefing on your case. I was surprised as hell to learn about the Starship theft. Nobody said a word to me about it. Anyway, Mr. Hope can see us whenever you're ready. If you need to take a little time first, feel free. No, and I can't get answers as to why not. I'm sure Mr. Hope has his reasons. His office is upstairs. He's in a meeting, but it should be wrapping up. Come on.
I have never liked Hope Tech ships, though I suppose that is hardly the point of them.
Ron Hope isn't just the founder and president of Hope Tech. He's on the Council of Governors. The Council oversees the Freestar Rangers, so don't rile him up. I've spent a long time trying to build a good relationship with Hope. He comes on a little strong, but there's a lot to admire about the man. Everything you see around you, he built. Pretty much everyone in this town owes him for their livelihood. can't begin to imagine the kind of pressure that must put on someone. All I'm saying is, try to show a little respect.
Just waiting on the credit check.
All the way up. Is it just me, or does every executive in the settled systems have an office on the top floor? I guess being above everyone makes them feel like they're, well, above everyone.
Keep an eye on your valuables. If you can't protect your
As for parts, we could try outsourcing. Do a contract with scavengers, maybe, but that's a decision that's got to be made upstairs.
Well, talk to Elaine about the scavengers. It's not a bad idea, provided we get a good deal. And I don't mean a fair deal. I mean a good deal. Remember, it's not just our bottom line that matters. We're also responsible for the welfare of everyone in the factory. We look out for our people here, Burchett. That's a point of great personal pride.
Excuse me, Mr. Hope?
Well now, the Free Star Rangers. At last! Ah, damn good to see you, Mia. I think we're done here, Burchett.
Yes, sir.
This is the deputy I told you about.
Splendid. Splendid! It's a noble calling, being a Free Star Ranger. We certainly could use more of you. I'm sure I don't have to tell you what an outrage it is to have a ship stolen right out of the factory. Justice must be done, and the sooner the better. That's good news. I'll send my people over to bring it home. Of course, that doesn't mean your work is done. I want the thief found and prosecuted to the full extent of the law. I'm sure I don't need to remind you of my position on the Council of Governors. Then, I trust that you know what I expect of you. Now, tell me that you've at least got a lead of some kind. Hmm? Well, I can't say I'm surprised. Sadly, there's no lack of mercenaries in the settled systems. I suppose the chance to cut costs by stealing a ship was too good to pass up? Well, I'm not sure I can be much help, but I'll answer whatever questions I can. Because I told them not to. If word got out, it would do irreparable harm to our image. I'm in fierce competition with other starship manufacturers. Any sign of weakness could be fatal. What's more, every starship thief in the settled systems would likely flock to Hopetown and start planning the next heist. What? Nonsense! We vet our people thoroughly here. HopeTech holds its employees to the very highest standards. Nevertheless, I suppose I could have Cosette conduct a thorough personnel review. Rest assured, if we turn up any evidence that one of our people was an accomplice, I'll let you know. We questioned everyone who was in the building when it happened, and not one person seems to have seen anything at all. Frankly, I think that's both highly unlikely and more than a little suspicious. However, I can't deny there are times when the hangar is empty, so it's not inconceivable the thief could have slipped in unseen. No, nothing at all. It was just a a standard Hope Tech cargo hauler. Not that it didn't have great value, mind you. Hope Tech builds some of the most durable and reliable starships in the settled systems. Now, you can bet my ships last twice as long as anything Stroud Eklund makes. Very well. I need you to understand something, Deputy. This town is home to men, women, and children who depend on Hope Tech for a living. I provide jobs that put food on their tables and a roof over their heads. It's a responsibility that I take very seriously. If word gets out about the stolen ship, my investors will lose trust, and my workers will pay the price. I can't allow that.
If more people know about the theft, your chances of learning something useful will improve. Someone might have seen the thief and could identify them.
I considered that, but in the end, I deemed it too great a risk. I've chosen to place my faith in the Freestar Rangers instead. I hope so.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Mr. Hope, but there's been a development.
Not now, Cosette. I'm in the middle of something.
But sir, we have new information. I've just received a report that the stolen ship was seen landing at Neon just after the theft.
A breakthrough at last. Well, Deputy, it sounds like you'll be heading to Neon, which means I can get back to work. Remember what we discussed. My people are depending on you.
Hey, can I get a word?
One time after construction begins, and I get all this badgering. Yes, I'm sure.
That wasn't as helpful as it could have been. Still, at least you know where to pick up the trail. Yeah, me too. So, guess you're headed for Neon. There's a ranger stationed there. Name's Jalen Price. He's a little different than the rest of us. But Neon's a different kind of place. He's what I'd call a pragmatist. He sees things for what they are. He's also well-connected, which means a lot on Neon. You should listen to what he tells you. It'll keep you out of trouble. Good. That should help you avoid any unnecessary complications. Well, we've both got work to do. It was good to meet you, Deputy. Thanks again for helping me out up there. I'll be taking it easy for a couple of days. Need time to heal up. Then, I need to get back up there and keep an eye out for more pirates. I'm hoping to track one of their ships so I can find their hideout. Guess we could both use a little luck, huh? Yeah, the question of who helped the starship thief is still an open one. Don't you worry. I'll keep an ear to the ground. You be careful in Neon.
not half bad.
Nobody's allowed outside the city walls after night.
The rock is surprisingly well fortified. The early settlers here were quite practical.
Aquila City truly is the jewel of the Freestar Collective. Good to meet you, friend. Name's Elias Cartwright. I'm the mayor of Aquila City. Now, I've got a memory for faces, and I can't say I've seen yours around here before. I make it a point to introduce myself to everyone who passes through our fine city. As the founder himself once said, there's no substitute for a warm welcome and a friendly smile. Ah, that'd be Solomon Coe, who stuck a shovel in the ground right here over 160 years ago. That first settlement grew to become the city you see today. And let me tell you, it was no small hardship to make that dream a reality. Yes, indeed, this place has a proud and noble history. Why, for some of us, it's practically hallowed ground. That's why I like to meet each and every person who comes here, to make sure they know what a special place our city is. You're more than welcome. As I'm sure you know, us folk in the Freestar Collective put great stock in human kindness and generosity of spirit. I like to think that's what sets us apart from our neighbors in the United Colonies. We don't rely on machines or bureaucracy. We rely on each other. I won't pry about what brought you here. That's all of your business and none of mine. However, I'd be more than happy to give you the scoop about the core and Midtown. The core is the oldest district and represents the original settlement dating back to the days of Solomon Coe. The descendants of the original settlers still make their home there today. You've got a few choices there. The cantina in the Rock is famed throughout the settled systems for serving the best brew that credits can buy. The hitching post ain't been open long, but most folks seem to like it. If you're looking for a quick drink before moving on, give it a try. Aggie's is a bit of an acquired taste, you might say. Folks who prefer a venue that's a little more rough and tumble tend to feel at home there. Like I said, lots of options. You really are new around here, aren't you? Aquila's every bit as dangerous as it is beautiful. There are creatures out there that pose a mortal danger to anyone caught out in the open. Foremost among them is the Ashtar. They're quick, strong, clever, and damn good hunters. I'd tell you more, but you might not sleep so good. Thankfully, the wall keeps them out. As long as you stay on the right side of it, you've got nothing to worry about. Ah, you must be referring to The Rock. It's home to the largest and oldest cantina in town. That's also where the Council of Governors holds its occasional strategy meetings. As mayor of the city, I have a seat on the council. The Freestar Rangers are headquartered in the upper floors. They've got the best view of the city. I like to think that means they're always keeping an eye on the rest of us. I have to say, I sleep a little easier knowing the Marshal and his Rangers are up there protecting the Freestar Collective. Midtown's where most of the business and trading gets done. It's not as old as the core, because it was built later as the city grew. As the name might suggest, Wallside's the district that runs along the inside of the Great Wall that surrounds the city. It's mostly farmers and other laborers that live down there. They ain't got quite as much space, but it's cheaper, so it all works out. Frank's just the latest owner of the old Hassanove Manor, and he's the worst, simply the worst. But it's been a problem since the Hassanove family ran out of heirs. There's an old wrong the Cartwrights have been trying to right for decades. And hence, well, I need help. He's just another slick, rude neon corporate hack, full of himself and just awful. I mean, the core is history itself. Cads like him don't belong here. Of course, of course. The last Hassanov was Sahar. Sad tale there. By all accounts, when she lost her last grandchild around 40 years ago, well, it broke her. She packed up and just plain left the estate. Built some farm far from Aquila City and the protection of its walls. It didn't take long before the Ashta overran the farm, and just like that, no more Hassanovs. The Hassanovs were one of the early families that took to making a living in space. Very industrious, mainly miners. They settled planetside in the earliest days of Aquila City. They helped good old Solomon Co. a time or two, but they didn't fare well living in full gravity after a couple of generations in zero-G. Lots of health issues. Eventually a string of just terrible luck left only lonely old Sahar Hassanov. Poor lady. And those that were healthy kept leaving Aquila. The call of the stars. A lot of folks thought the same. So I need someone to go to the old Sahar farm, brave the Ashta, and see if she left a will. I swear I'll honor her wishes. Aquila owes her family that much. And if it happens to kick Mr. Big Shot out of the core, well, that'll be a bonus. Sahar left no heirs, no instructions, so everything the Hassanovs owned was in limbo. What happened to the estate? Well, you'd have to be a lawyer to make heads or tails of it. But eventually it wound up on the open market, so slick neon corporate shills could grace our community. If she named any heir, we could get the estate back where it belongs. See things made right. Sahar's farm is elsewhere on the planet. If you can't handle Ashta, please just don't go. I don't want this whole sordid story to have more tragedy. Be careful, and look out for yourself.
I will never grow weary of seeing places like this. Meet your death. Once again, we are triumphant.
wise took a point of stretch.
Is there a type of weapon common here?
Nice hat.
Like I said, be careful. I'd rather you forget the whole Hassanov business rather than getting hurt. I wish my granddad was still with us. What happened to the Hassanovs never sat right with him. You got it! That's wonderful! But Blake Aldwell... Well, let me think back. There was a Blake. Might be we can track him or any surviving kin down. I'll get my lawyer on this. Frank Langston's in for a rude surprise. And we can maybe see a Hassanov return back to the core. No, he won't. But this ain't Neon. We've got real laws here in Aquila City. You've more than earned this. You've done the city a great service. I hope Aquila is treating you nicely. Have a wonderful visit.
Whew. Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
Hello, Captain. We pose no threat here. Quite the opposite. Our ship's full of the faithful, Sanctum Universum. Happy to talk if you're inclined. I'm making another run out of New Atlantis, taking Universals out in the stars. To get closer to God and to appreciate the galaxy and all its majesty. Actually, it's one of the best reasons. Have you ever felt something spiritual while traveling the stars? I've jumped dozens of times, and I still don't know I've had the revelation that Keeper Aquilus describes. But I'll keep jumping. Your heart is open to it. That's good. It was a pleasure talking with you. We have to be going. But I hope God watches over you out there in the stars.
No? Maybe. Looks clear. Initiating landing sequence.
There may not be life here, but we should still be cautious. Let us try not to be responsible for any industrial-sized accidents while we are here.
beginning of combat. And taking damage.
Always worth checking. Never know what you might find in their pockets. Hopefully there is something of value here. If we can succeed at that before we are discovered.
whoa, whoa.
Turn around and leave now.
Everywhere! Getting started!
You're not supposed to be here. Easy pickings.
practice often prioritize profit over safety for the workers. Be mindful of your surroundings.
Getting this equipment will be good for you and me. You'll see. Big payouts for everyone involved.
Hey, how to explain without making offense? Friendo is more for people I do not know, but wish to know better, like a customer or someone like you. A buddy is someone I know for a long time. Maybe one day you will be my buddy when I tell others about you, but it takes some time.
Hey, I hope it wasn't too much trouble.
Show me, and I'll just take them off your hands. Oh, this is better than I expected. I'll need to do a little work to get them in sellable condition, but this is good. Thank you. If you ever want to do another run for me, I can always use more stock.